Hello guys, so today I'm gonna show you how I play Priest in PvE with an hybrid build. So first the build, you take all your basic spells rank 3, so Particle of Lights, Divine Sentence, Celestial Judgment, your Dot, Cleansing Flame, your Smite, your Aspect of course, Fervent Prayer, rank 3, your Burst, and Holy Rage. Then I don't take Chain of Light for AoE, I don't feel like it's any good at all. Then you take Long C rank 3, your Blind rank 1, more ranks is not that useful. I take Defense rank 2 to avoid defense gap on some compasses. Talisman rank 3, Bulwark rank 3, and Luminary rank 3 as well. So first grid of rubies, the defensive one, so you increase stamina, Divine Foresight, which you can take rank 2 is enough, and Plating. On the second one, so basic range rubies, so dots, overall damages, brutality, vigor, and then the melee rubies. This one which increases your damage with Holy Rage, and as well as putting them as holy. So if you use Holy Rage or Divine Sentence, if you look in your DPS meter, they're both holy damage now. And then this rupee, which basically when you use verdicts, well, Divine Sentence for the increase, or Particle of Light, it decreases the cooldown of Holy Rage, so use Holy Rage, and every time you use these spells it reduces and you can Holy Rage again. So it's really good because Holy Rage it's like a lot. And then it also gets your melee skill, so Divine Sentence, to generate a lot of faith. Wait, this. So I'm gonna use some of this faith, and you're gonna see I use melee, and it's instantly full. This is what makes the melee build really good, because you will see Divine Sentence does less damage than Celestial Judgment, so range builds on paper will deal more damage. However, because you generate so much faith, you will spam your Particle of Light much more, and Particle of Light is your main damage on this build. Now on the last grid, so you take basically everything, as well as the Armor of Light, which is your defense. The only thing you don't take is Glowing Ray, which increases your Chain of Light damages, as you don't take Chain of Light. So that's it for the build. So now for the rotation. So your basic skill is Particle of Light, as you know. Then you have both range, so Celestial Judgments, or melee, Divine Sentence. When you have your Frenzy, so your burst, you will want to use your range skill, Celestial Judgments, because it's instant and it does more damage than your Divine Sentence. When it's not, you need to cast and it's pretty bad. So you want to use your Particle of Light whenever you have 2 Fanatism or more, and other than that you use Divine Sentence, so that you generate much more faith than if you did with range skill. Other than that, you have Holy Rage and Smite to incorporate, so whenever it's off cooldown, you use them, spam your basic rotation. So here I have Frenzy on, so I'm using Celestial Judgments, and as you can see it decreases Holy Rage cooldown when I use Particle of Light, Divine Sentence for your skills, so it reduces your cooldown of Holy Rage, which does a lot of damage. Now I don't have Frenzy on, so I'm just spamming melee. Now I Frenzy using range, and that's it for the basic rotation. Now you have to incorporate as well your Fervent Prayer, so that's your burst. Basically you want to use it when you're low in Fanatism, however it's okay to not use when even if you're full, because you will get this buff, Severe Punishment, which increases your damage by 80% for 20 seconds, and your skills that you use will decrease the cooldown on Fervid Prayer, so you have a chance to have it on almost all the time if you're fast enough on your skills. So now let us see a 1-minute fight to understand the rotation. So first, you want to use your particular light to get Retribution, which increases your damage of Celestial Judgment, so your range skill. Then you use your Fervid Prayer to get the Severe Punishment, so the 18% increase in damage. Then you use your Frenzy, so that you can cast Celestial Judgment instantly. You have enough faith, and now the rotation is basically on City, Smite, Holy Rage, and if you don't have Frenzy on, you just go melee. On cooldown, Fervid Prayer, Particle. Still no Frenzy, so I keep melee. Smite is on cooldown, Holy Rage. Now I have Frenzy, using Celestial Judgment. I have enough faith. Holy Rage is off cooldown. Smite. Now I don't have Frenzy, so I'm using melee. Fervid Prayer, Holy Rage. Keep Particle. Smite's off cooldown, Holy Rage, melee. And I'm back with Frenzy. So that's 1-minute fights. So you basically alternate with melee and range whenever you have Frenzy. Once you understand this, you just have to incorporate your Fervid Prayer, which you use every time it's off cooldown, and you try to time it so that you don't have Fanatism. And then use Holy Rage and Smite whenever it's off cooldown on the bosses. Just keep in mind that on some packs in compasses you will need the stun from Smite, so you need to time it as well. Make sure to use Smite and Holy Rage with full determination, so basically never start with Smite, because otherwise the dots that you apply will be applied with 0 determination, so you waste 12 seconds of dots basically. So that's it for the rotation. Now for stats, I use basic stats in compasses, I guess. So I'm maxed out with determination, so 1308 with 25 food, which is the cap, 1233. Then I basically balance proficiency and brutality depending on what I hit. So if it's packs, I put max proficiency. If it's bosses, I use max brutality because the fight lasts longer and brutality kicks in much longer, so your damage will benefits from this. I use the cap in supremacy, so basically I have 4 tier 3 items which give me supremacy, so I'm forced to play with this. As you can see, your melee aspect of this build generates a lot of faith, so you could lower your supremacy by 1 item, I guess, maybe 2. But keep in mind that on some compasses, or maybe even raid, you won't be able to be melee all the time, so you will need at least, I guess, 500 supremacy to generate enough faith to be able to have your build to work. So keep that in mind. For the artifacts, so right now I have Maspery and Prospero. In compasses you could use Kraken and Corduxor, which are pretty good because the priest in PvE has a lot of defenses, so plating, your race ability, protective sign, armor of light, you also have DF if you are in trouble, and talisman, as well as bulwark, so you don't really need Prospero. You can use it, I guess, but it's not necessary. You can use also Loreley's if your group lacks Maspers, but to usually go with Bard, which has 2. The tank can use it, the mage, even Demono uses it, so you can avoid it. If you don't have that in your party, I guess Lorelei is a must-have then. So that's it for the build. I hope you enjoyed, you learned something, and I will see you in the next video.